Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Christian D. Larson. Self-esteem comes from being able to define the world in your own terms and refusing to abide by the judgments of others. Oprah Winfrey. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Rumi. The better you feel about yourself, the less you feel the need to show off. Robert Hand. You are the only person on earth who can use your ability. Zig Ziglar. The more you love yourself, the less nonsense you'll tolerate. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. Brian Tracy. Self-love, self-respect, self-worth. There's a reason they all start with self. You can't find them in anyone else. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody. Maya Angelou. Confidence comes not from always being right but from not fearing to be wrong. Peter T. McIntyre. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. When you're different, sometimes you don't see the millions of people who accept you for what you are. All you notice is the person who doesn't. Jodi Picoult. Self-esteem is made up primarily of two things: feeling lovable and feeling capable. Jack Canfield. Don't let the expectations and opinions of other people affect your decisions. It's your life, not theirs. Do what matters most to you. Do what makes you feel alive and happy. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Steve Jobs. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. Mark Twain. The more you know yourself, the more clarity there is. Self-knowledge has no end. Jiddu Krishnamurti. You're not a mess, you're brave for trying. The most important relationship in your life is the relationship you have with yourself. Because no matter what happens, you will always be with yourself. Diane von Furstenberg. Self-care is never a selfish act. It is simply good stewardship of the only gift I have, the gift I was put on earth to offer to others. Parker Palmer. The moment you start doubting yourself is the moment you start blocking your blessings. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Dr. Seuss. You were born to be real, not perfect. Self-esteem is not a static quality. Rather, it's a dynamic continuum that can change day by day. Heather Senior Monroe. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. The more you practice self-love, the freer you become from the opinions of others. The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. Michel de Montaigne. Low self-esteem is like driving through life with your handbrake on. Maxwell Maltz. To establish true self-esteem, we must concentrate on our successes and forget about the failures and the negatives in our lives. Dennis Waitley.